Good morning. Welcome to Sunday Talks. My name is Roy Masters, in case you're listening to me on radio. But my business is to help you find paradise lost. That is what I want to do. I must say before I continue my brokenness, because I am 90 and I had concussion, but I still have life. It would take another concussion to touch me and I would still do what I'm going to do. Because what's coming through me is no longer what the intellectual is. Screw the intellectual and screw the screw, if you don't mind me saying it that way. But while you can destroy the intellectual aspect because your brain responds to the world and the world is intellectual. I used to be able to speak in many ways, but the intellectualness has disappeared. But before I speak to you about important things, there's something more important which I think I should not say. But then I should, because it's only a small amount of what? The news. I'm going to go to the news. I just watch, and it's crap. Excuse me, and crap, and crap, and crap, and crap. Diddly-do, 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 diddly-do. Now I come to something that isn't a diddly-do. It's God knows how many people are coming up from the south. 200,000, 400,000, 1 million. I'm here in Grants Pass because 30 years ago I saw it all coming. But it didn't come, and then here it is. And I'm warning everybody, and I'll show you why I am warning. Donald Trump, I don't think, has seen what I have to say. All the babble, I've seen it coming, but I didn't know what form it took. And it took the form of the fact that the reason why I came up here rather than being anywhere else is because it's safe. But it wasn't safe when I came. I survived 30 years ago. And all of a sudden now, I heard about 2,000 people, 200,000, 400,000. I said, that's it. That is it. This is a genius. The left isn't right. The left is mentally ill in every frame you can think of. Obama loved the perverts. They let them have their pleasure. That is dangerous. If he had gone on, we would have been lost. We still could be lost, but thanks to Donald Trump. God bless him. It's a godsend. He's brilliant. One man. I wish it was all, but what I'm trying to say is all those people coming up are murderers and other kinds of people that are not good to be in any country. But what is more important is if they are able to overcome the border and mingle with other Democrats. If they come in with those who are murderers and killers, that's one thing. but they mingle with Democrats, and they are what it sounds like. But you'll never have your country again, never. Why isn't it that Donald Trump did not say anything about it? Because he didn't see it. He didn't know what to do, but the genius of the left to create such a huge number of people coming in. Is anybody wants to have a question? Because I rarely speak like this. I always come back to speaking about what beautiful aspects you have within you. And the purpose of life is to find the purpose of life, which is what I'm about to do. But just for 1 minute, what do you think of what I said? Could I have somebody in the audience to put up their hand and say, I never saw that? Oh. You mean you did see it? Yeah. You all saw it? Yeah. But I don't see anybody talking about it. So anyway, yeah, go ahead.
It's your turn to talk, Roy.
Yeah.
And what you have to offer, other than just your observations on the craziness in the world, which is there.
It's very important.
No doubt. No doubt. And people, well, even Paradise is burning. The town of Paradise burned should never have happened. But that's a sign of what's happening in parts of the United States and the world.
It's already in there.
Already burning, literally and figuratively.
Of course, I'm glad you mentioned it. We can add that in.
Yes.
Thank you.
But I see that you have these discussions about the political things and about the things happening in society, but you have a deeper understanding of another part of our life that is essential for everyone to explore.
Exactly.
And that deep understanding, when it's tapped by a searching soul, is marvelous. And you need the searching soul to draw it out of you. You can't just throw it at us all the time.
Thank you very much.
So we need searching souls who are really wanting to get to the bottom of things. They want to know what they're made of. They've struggled through life and haven't. They found everything they've done has not succeeded. And those people need to bring their plight here, not knowing what to say, but saying, I need help here. I can't figure life out. What do you think, Roy? That's what you need, because it will draw out of you a magic like we had last week. There was a magic in the room.
Was it really? I thought it was not very good.
It was very good.
That's nice of you.
I'm prejudiced. But in the end, it was very good. In the beginning, it started slow, but that's all typical.
Yeah, it is.
But all of a sudden, you had searching people wondering, and we transitioned into another reality. And
So-
that's what will bring out the essence of what you have discovered in life.
So that is good enough then. You know, I keep saying over and over again, don't react to anybody. Do not get upset by anybody. Never. Because once you react to the world comes in to you, and you don't even know it. I have to say again what I've said before. Little children come into the world, and they come into the world with intuition. That's a gift of God. It's a gift of God, of His life. See how I expressed it with life. See? And it goes on. But the trouble is, and I must keep going, say this every time, and then add other things to it. But the child, I keep saying it in case, because not everybody hears me every week. And I wanted to speak about this principle. They have the power in them. Intuition, not outtuition. Outtuition is everything you can think of and then some. And then you still wouldn't have what you need. Intellectualism cannot give you anything. It can give you all kinds of things that are very interesting and beautiful things and marvelous things. It's all wonderful. It's wonderful in the sense that I'm giving you something that you have not experienced, or you have experienced, but you have been destroyed. You have the experience destroying, in other words, an energy from the world, from your mother, from your father, from all those who are lost in their head and don't know it. And how many times I say, lost in your head and you don't know it. Well, you do know it while you're still becoming 1-year-old. Perhaps even earlier than that. But as long as you are able to hold on to your birthright as you come in with the energy of God, the energy of God, the life force which is forever. Children have intuition, and when they're born, they come into the world of mother and a failing father. Nearly everybody on earth, every race and color and creed have the same thing because it's emotional. And so long as you've lived by reacting to the world, so you can be anything you want. You want to be anything filthy that you want. You want to think something glorious if you want. You want to eat food and drugs and alcohol and be happy, looking for happiness and meaning. It comes into you from every mother. I mean every mother, with rare exceptions, very rare. And some of you here are already beginning to see how it has affected you. And I see people in the audience nodding their head and realizing that when they were small, they lost their confidence, they lost their faith, because when you come into the world and you see your mother and your father, and you recognize your father is wrong, and you recognize your mother is wrong, and you've got no one to talk to, and you're 1-year-old, you're 2-year-olds, and you can see it.
The holidays are here again, Roy.
Yeah.
And I see that I feel all this pressure. Not that the other people are doing, but that I accept the pressure to be nice to people.
Stop. Naughty, naughty
Yes.
girl.
I don't want to be like
Why
that anymore.
can't you listen to me?
I can.
How many years have you listened to me? Long
Maybe
time.
30. Long time.
You're
yes.
stubborn.
Yes.
Is there anything you want to ask me?
Well, I don't want to be...
I've said it over and over
I
again, you know. And a lot of people have got better here and gone on and not need me anymore.
Yes.
My program here, what I do is help people to be, not to need me anymore. And that they still come, just to have a nice discussion with each other. Something like that. And something like yours too. You've been coming hither and thither and never
Yes.
got hold of it. Look. Let me see. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. All right? Now, keep your eyes closed. Be aware of your forehead.
Yeah.
I want you to be aware of it and step back. No, not in your body. Not in your body. Keep your eyes closed.
Okay.
You're going to be a difficult one. Do as I say, or die. You're on your way to death, and you're fighting it, aren't you? You're fighting anger. You're fighting the thoughts in your head. They come up, and they come up like living things, and you get angry with it, as if you could fight it. You cannot fight it. Give up. Give up fighting it. Did you hear? Then have a good cry. Let it go. Let that silly thing go, because you're playing God. You cannot save yourself. You cannot save yourself. Try to save yourself makes you worse. Anger against the thing that you see in your head. And respond to the thing you have in your head came from your parents who got it in their head. Just step back, and in the middle of your forehead, there's the beginning of the beginning. You understand? Can you see the little pixels going across them? Yes. Those little pixels are the extension of something within you, flowing from within and overcoming what's coming into your head from without in the world. It's important to recognize that you cannot hate your mother and your father. Why is that? Why is that? Because mother, looking for love, being angry, and when you see how angry and upset she is, which is normal to her and dangerous to you, you try to talk to her, you try to look at her, and she doesn't want to hear you. But you see her doing all stupid things, and you try to speak to her, and she upsets you. And when she upsets you, she puts her nature inside you. You've got your mother in there, have you not? Yes or no?
Yes.
That's not good. But what is good is you can see it. Can you see that your mother couldn't see? Her mother couldn't see. Her mother's mother couldn't see. Her mother's 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 car, all the way to Paradise Lost. I try the Jesus in me. The Jesus in me isn't me. The Jesus, how can I say this one? The Jesus that comes from God comes with the energy of God and the will of God. The energy flows with it. You understand that? So you need only to look at that thing in your head or those things in your head that upset you. Because it upsets you, it continues to upset you. Once it gets inside you, it will continue to eat you more. You see that? Post-traumatic stress disorder is typical to that. The army person comes and he sees horrible things happening, murders, soldiers especially, and they come home with reaction in their head, and the nature of the bully who took somebody's head off and cut the belly, the belly of the woman with the child coming out, bleeding. And I'm going to advertise, make sure that you understand this. There's much worse happening to you, but they die quicker. And I want to make sure that the post-traumatic stress disorder is what I call it, but it's everything of the world. It gets into you. It's an identity from the evil, from the wicked, cruel people, the other soldiers. And the purpose of all that blood and horror and killing babies and cutting off arms is to put themselves inside you. And to a degree, your mother has that. And she doesn't know she has it. She doesn't know she has a dark side. She doesn't want to know she has a dark side. And you can see it because you don't have a dark side. You have a bright side. Huh?
I really do have a bright side.
You do. You do. So, but the bad side goes very similar to post-traumatic stress disorder. It's just worse and worse and after worse. And there's something that says whatever it is inside you, what it talks to your head, the more you get upset with it, the more you react to it, and the more it's in you. And the soldiers, there comes to a point where they struggle, and the more they struggle, the sicker they become, and the more the struggle, the uglier the thing is, and it has a nature, it has a story, it has a thought, it is magical. It's magical in the sense it has life, but your life, it lives on your life when you keep struggling. Stop it. If you don't do this, you will end your life killing yourself. You've thought of that before, haven't you? Yes or no?
No.
Good. You sure?
I'm sure.
Good. All right. Do you understand what happens?
I do.
That's it.
Yes.
Now, here it is how powerful it is. I can talk to you about the military because they have the worst horrors in their experience. But it's not only for the soldiers. People commit suicide. People die from not reacting to the hearts anymore. And so, just for a little tease, there will come a time when something inside you, when it says to you, if you don't kill yourself, if you don't kill yourself, I will cause you to kill your children and your wife. And the horror of that, he cannot stop. Here's a soldier, cannot stop the voice in his head to force him to believe in the dark side, that what he's saying is true. And it becomes true because he has reacted and reacted and reacted until he has an identity inside him as the same. See? And he kills himself because he thinks if he doesn't kill himself, he will have to kill his wife, and he cannot have it. That's how powerful it is. Now you have some of that, don't you see?
Yes.
What say you?
I don't know. That's part of my problem. I can't seem to articulate what's going on.
What did I say that could have helped you and you missed it? You still have it. You should have been gone in a minute. Anybody with an intelligence and intuition and love for reality, you're not aware of it.
Maybe I'm not. Maybe all this time I thought I was, and I'm not.
No, maybe is not maybe. There is a right and wrong.
I am missing something. I do realize that.
Then why can't you listen to what I say? It just went right past you. I made the hardest, most difficult, not difficult, but strongest thing that I've ever done on radio. And it doesn't touch you. You didn't identify with it. But your mother is one of them. You're the extension of your mother because you hate her. And the cure is to realize, oh, my mother had this. She was hateful. Judgment is mine, saith the Lord. On the other side is forgiveness. I say that many times. There's only those two things you need to give up. Why can't you sit there and close your eyes? But you're not going to close your eyes until I tell you. But the point is, you should be able to do that, but you don't. You're still looking at me, glaring, trying to fix. What I'm trying to show you is you haven't seen it, but you won't see it. There's something in you that's stubborn. It will not see it. So die. That's it. You want to do that?
No, I don't want to die.
Well,
I don't.
what have you learned just now? I gave it the best I had. And it went right past you, bang. You're sitting there. I can't cure you. Only God can. But you can't hear him as long as you're upset with yourself. As long as you... What do you want from me?
I don't know. I feel like all blocked up. I can't even... I feel pressure is what I feel. I feel like you're my father talking to me. See, I'm starting to...
I'm your father?
Like he's talking to me, and I have to think of the right word so that I'll say the right thing to him, because I'm expecting...
Trying to be hot, trying to do this, trying to be better?
Yes, always trying to be right and to do the right thing.
You cannot do it. Get it. You cannot do it. Stop trying. Stop trying. Stop. You cannot do it. It's good not to do it. It's good. What you've done is turn your hostility to your father. Correct?
Yes, it is.
And have you been married? Of course you have.
Yes, I've been married.
And you had. What's the problem with men? Judgment. Correct?
Yes.
Stupid. Correct? How is it?
I've always wanted that man who was
He's sitting
like
here.
God.
He's sitting here talking to you.
Yes, and you're correcting me, and I've always been afraid of that. I've been afraid that you're going to say these very things to me that you're saying. And I'm glad you're saying it to me.
It's it that's afraid of me.
Yes,
It's not you
it's
that's
true.
afraid of me, is it?
No, it's not.
That's good. Then you cry in a sweet way.
Yes,
Cry in a sweet way. Cry for love.
yes,
You know what the love is here? Now?
yes.
It's in me. I'm a man and not the extension of a woman. The one you had was the extension of a woman, isn't he?
Yes.
Hmm. So there's your problem, isn't it? Can you let it go now?
Yes, I can. Yes, I'm letting it go.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. When I shout you,
Thank you for kicking my butt.
all right. Come next week.
Appreciate it.
Come next week.
I will.
Okay. How do you feel?
Better.
Yeah. Clean, don't you?
Relieved.
Clean.
Like I just wanted to say it and just be stupid. You know, I just wanted to be stupid, like with my bare face hanging out.
And it's
being
punishing you.
stupid.
You're punishing yourself. It
Yeah.
makes you punish yourself.
Yes.
That is to be.
Thank you.
There you go. Anybody has questions?
I just wanted to say, when you were talking to Nancy, something inside me was screaming.
Is screaming?
Yeah. It's not right now, but as you were talking to Nancy, it was screaming. Something was screaming, but I couldn't get the scream even to my mouth. It was like inside of me. So I just...
And how do you account for that? Have you accounted for it?
It's something that needs to go, obviously.
Well, tell me what it is, because you can see it.
It's something that's been there for a long time.
Of course. And
Yes.
it looks like it, too.
Yeah.
All right, go sit down then.
Okay.
Until you can speak to me in a different language.
Both these ladies I happen to know, and they have the same problem with their father driving them.
It's all about men, hating men, and also hating their mother. And the only two things that can happen when you hate your mother is become her exactly, or exactly become her, or become what you think is better than her. It isn't. It's a thought, I'm going to be better than my mother. But they don't know what better is. They came out of the womb.
I was just thinking to myself, I wish I could have yelled at my father instead of being, like when you were talking to me, I just, felt like this, like I couldn't say anything. And maybe if I just yelled at him and been a jerk, it would have been over with. But it's just like, I just have so much in there to just yell out. And I walk around like trying to keep things in, so I won't hurt people's feelings, or really so they won't see what's really in there.
Yes.
So, I could feel this judgment of her when she was saying it, but yet I'm thinking, oh, God, I wish I could do the same thing.
How are you feeling now?
Fine.
Yeah?
Thank you.
See, I fought the mother in you, which caused you to turn to your father. That's it. Now the father, every father, let me speak about every father. Men always go to women for love. Now, I had a little girl, 19, just a little while ago, and I had a good, nice talk with her, and she went away different. I warned her about purpose and men looking for love from women. And it was this morning we had a nice little talk. And she liked it. And she is a sweetheart lady. And she's never seen it before. I just told her that men look for love from the woman. That seemed to be everybody on earth. Every man on earth is drawn, looking for what love is not. Ladies and gentlemen, try to get it. Ladies especially, and gentlemen listening, do not look for love from a woman. That's not love, that's sex. And the more you get on it, the sicker you become. The sicker you become, the more you want. And it becomes sick. You're eating sickness as love. Don't you dare, ladies and gentlemen, do not, especially ladies, don't allow a man to suck on you. That's what it is. It's pleasure. But it's not good. It's pleasure. It's not good. Where's goodness? Where's life? You can't get life from a woman. A life that leads to death in every household. No exceptions. Any questions? Any discussions?
Mary's dying from Alzheimer's disease. I'm having a lot of trouble dealing with it, thinking about it, because it's like I'm losing contact with her. Slowly but surely.
Could you tell me?
She has Alzheimer's disease. Mary,
Your wife?
my wife.
Oh.
Okay, and
And what does it look like?
she's losing reality. She doesn't know what home she's in. She doesn't know what city.
Are you crying about it?
Yeah.
Why? What good is crying? Don't you think that there might be something wrong with you is missing?
Absolutely. Absolutely, I can't
What?
see it.
What is that? The
Uh,
crying is what's in the way. The crying is on the way. The crying is on the way. It's killing her. You can't try.
she
No,
doesn't.
She recognizes it as not real. When you cry, when you're trying to help her with emotion, all you're doing is creating more suffering in her and yourself. You cannot cure her. You must cure yourself first. If I may use that word, cure yourself, it's not quite the same. You know what I mean. What you need to mean is to fix your own self with Creator. Never mind her. You look for love from her. That's sick. Never look for love from a woman. Love her, but not look for love from her. And let the love come from God, from within you. And it doesn't have an emotion. It has no emotion, no feeling. It's just like I'm talking to you, I have no feeling. It's just something that's speaking to me through me. So you can see I have no emotion with respect to what I just said. You must find the energy of Creator. And crying is baby. And that disturbs your wife. You're not there for her. You have not found God. She's looking for you to find God. Not to find God in her. That's not the way it works. You're Adam, the kind of new Adam, in a manner of speaking. It's there. You had it come into the world when you came into the world when you were just a little kid. And you saw, didn't you see, your parents stupid? Haven't you seen your parents stupid?
Crazy.
Crazy, yes. You've taken it on, though.
Oh, yes.
See? So now, you need to understand how things are working. It goes from one level to another, one generation to another generation. What you need to do is let go of your mother and your father and your anger. And realize your father didn't know how to find God, to love the God of love that loves him and flows love through him to her. That's where he needs to go. That's where I want to share with you, so you can find that and give her the love she's missing. Not wanting to love, thinking that if I love her, but you don't know what love is, you make it worse. She knows that the love that you give her stinks. It doesn't have any, you just want to love her. And the more you try to love her, the worse it gets. You haven't got the power. You have to stop trying to love her, to save her. You have to save yourself first, in a manner of speaking, because it's not a pure thing that I just said. It's not as pure. If you close your eyes and understand the meditation for 3 minutes, see, if you do that, the whole purpose of it is to disconnect your brain, your soul, disconnecting from your brain and connecting to the Creator. Where does it go? From within. You can actually sense the Creator in you. Just let her go. Right now, let your wife go. You cannot do anything about it. The only thing you can do is fix yourself first, in a manner of speaking. It's not very well said, is it? I just want you to be still and know I am God, in a manner of speaking, not because I said it. I'm just saying, be still. The stillness. Close your eyes and look at the thoughts. Look at the little twinkles there. And you've been doing that for a long time, I know. But you're forcing it. It must be simple. See, but close your eyes and look at your thoughts. And when you feel your fingers tingling, when you attach your attention to the first finger and the second finger, it's simply generating energy. When you feel the tingling in your hands, it's energy coming from within. That's the only way you know it. That's coming from within. Just do this, and all of a sudden, you stop being angry, you stop being upset, you stop trying to fix her because you think you ought to fix it. No. All of that goes, and it comes through you gentle. Gentle. It will come through you with no understanding. It just, you don't know what you're going to come out. You don't know what you're going to say. And you find yourself saying sweetness and real love. And she will wake up. She will wake up from a horror that you pushed on her. Thinking that as a man, you have to do this, and you have to do this, and you're failing. And when you're failing, you feel angry with yourself. Let it go. You haven't got it in you. You have it got within you, but not in you. Within. Stay calm. Let it come through you. Don't try to figure anything out. It will come automatically, and you'll say, did I say that? Did I do that? It's beautiful. Everything that happens in your life will be that way, like it has been in my way. I only see I never react. I can shout, but it's not a reaction. Jesus shouted, didn't he? That's it. There's two kinds of shouts. One is noble. Stop that. Noble authority from within. The other is cruel, isn't it? See, there's another one, a cruel way of being that way. So, how are you listening to me now?
I'm hearing you very clearly.
I am. You are?
I am, thank you.
That's good. Now look, you know, Roy Masters has learned this since I was a little boy. Did not know what it was. And when I knew what it was, I had to be careful of power. It's just a joy to see you, my friend. I've been with you for a long time. All I want you to do is trust me and take what's in me, just from the voice, just from my voice. Listen to my voice. Never mind what I'm saying. The voice itself has something called life, where the average person doesn't have that kind of, doesn't have it, doesn't have life, warmth, life from within me, speaking to you. But it isn't me. Make sure it isn't me. It's coming through me, and it's coming through you without effort. Without effort.
Thank you.
Good? Feel better now? Yes. You'll see now. You will live for a long time. And use that life the way I shared with you.
The thing that has to die is the woman in me that wants to mother the wrongness. Because
Exactly.
like most people, my dad was gone, so I was subject to my mom, all the women, and I became a ladies' man.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, and what I know about myself is I need to become a real man rather than operate as a woman, because I see the way I take care of my wife, I do it as a woman, and I'm looking for a reward. I see a little
You're
thank
looking
you.
for a reward?
Well, acknowledgement of loving. You know, it's like a way of getting somebody to say, I love you. Okay.
But
Yeah.
no, you can't say I love you.
No,
You can't.
I do. I say it too much. And maybe that's a compensator for not loving at all. I think, in my mind, I think I'm loving. Okay.
That's what. But when you were on the stage here, we went through that. We went through it.
Yeah, you helped me. You helped me look at it. You gave me a clearer perspective of what I'm doing, because I know if I don't let go of this, I'll probably die before her, because I'm just using myself up, all my life's energies.
Trying to
Trying.
help your
Yes.
dying wife.
Yes. Yes.
And you cannot. You're not God until you have Godship, if I may express it that way. Unless you have Godship, you are going to try to. You think you can be kind and good and everything. She doesn't want that. She wants to hear the voice of a Creator. That's when she hears the sound of my voice. The sound of my voice is in there, talking to you and talking through me, which things I will never see in you.
You've made it clear. You have helped me. I'm just adding this stuff in afterwards, but
I may suggest that you go home to your wife and said, I thought I could love you, but I never really had love for you. I tried to love, but my love isn't love. It's appeasement. Not good.
That's true.
And she's frustrated because she sees that you haven't found it, but you think you have found it, and you try harder, and you piss her off more. Excuse the expression.
Her
What you're doing is killing her. Just think of it. Killing. She's dying.
I found a new environment to practice my phony love, her Alzheimer's.
I can't guarantee that your wife will live. It has something to do with you exactly doing what must be done. It's coming through you and not from you. You don't have to make any decisions. None. I don't make decisions. I never know what I am doing. This is crazy, I know. I do not know what I should. I don't have to figure it. Should I do this? Should I do that? I don't ever know what I will do. All of a sudden I see it, all of a sudden I don't see it and still do it. And it's just, wow, what happened? It's wonderful. It's beautiful. How did this happen? It's a little journey like that. I'm used to it now. Never make a mistake. Even the mistakes you think is making a mistake is not a mistake. It seems like a mistake, but the mistake turns out to be good. It always turns out for the best, at least for you and not necessarily for them. Any questions? Roy can't cure you. I can't. Roy, only what's in me. It has to be that way. And if it's you, for example, with nodding your head, and you sense it, it's the light, the goodness, you become an extension so that you're doing to somebody what I did to you. Wouldn't it be nice to do to others what you would have done to you, and otherwise vice versa? Yes. It could run through the whole universe. That's what I'm trying to do. Giving what I'm teaching free of charge. That's what it is. Nobody has to pay. If they want to give, they give. If they don't, God bless them. Let them go. Anyway, anybody got any questions? And I would be happy to finish for a little bit.
You know, when I look at what's going on in the world, it's still astounding me with an incredible evidence of what's bad and wrong, the light really shining on it, that people are losing their way, more and more of them. It's like the devil is just really having his way, big time. And not for myself, because I'm old, God only knows what my days are, but I look at my daughter, who's still a young woman, and sometimes I fear for her because I see the light going out in America, and I love Donald Trump. I think he's the most fantastic blessing since Reagan.
You shouldn't love anybody. Didn't I say you shouldn't love anybody? You can't love them. Only God loves them. Try to get you out of the way.
It's all your fault, but I have to say something.
What?
When you said, when your wife reaches to you for love, you don't give her love. She's looking for God's love through you. And one time what happened to me, my wife said, give me a hug. And so I stood there, and she hugged me, and I put my arm around her, and something happened. I wasn't there. There was nothing happening inside of me. Nothing was going through me, and she felt the love. It wasn't my love.
That's it.
Your love, if you feel it, is not your love. It's hell.
Correct.
Thank you.
You don't feel it. It's as wonder to you as to the person. It's wonder. Wonderful. What's next? I see things that nobody else can see. I can do physics, and nobody else can do it. I'm way ahead of all these things I explain. But it's good for me to write these things. It's good. It's a journey. It's good to have a knock on the head. And here I am, still doing it. But it's more spiritual because the intellectual is dead or dying. It can die, I don't care. I'm living, in a manner of speaking. I have my intelligence, but my intelligence isn't brain. It's more than that. It's more beautiful. Don't you think? Thank you for listening to me.